Okay. So I just found one. So I haven't even thought of it. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. The CIA just recruited you for a super secret spy mission. What is it? And what do you do?
Okay, so I'm for sure finding someone's cheating boyfriend.
Okay.
I have been sent on a mission to find the cheater and then beat him up.
The CIA is invested in this.
Yes, it's that bad.
Oh, okay.
Because
here, cheers.
Cheers.
Chink. Okay, it's that bad.
Mm-hmm. Because he's just like a serial cheater.
Like, all right, I'm going to give you some backstory. So we have like a female president.
Yeah.
And her husband is cheating.
Yes.
And the CIA needs you to go deep cover.
Yeah.
To find out who he's cheating with.
Totally. Yeah. And I would find him.
And you find him.
I find him. I find all the mistresses. And I essentially use my ninja powers and beat them all up. And I'm good at it. Because
and you beat them up.
I tell you
you're not just reporting, you're beating them up
too. I am beating them up because I tell you what, I will find any man and that's cheating. I will find him. Yeah. I know where to look.
Yeah.
I know what websites to look for.
Yeah.
I know what apps to look for. I know what to look for in the deleted situation.
Yeah. I'm
well versed in this. I think that's what I would do.
Yeah. So you've got it covered.
I've got it totally covered.
Okay.
What would you do?
It would be like something I'm like uncovering dun 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 because I'm a secret spy.
Yeah.
I'm like uncovering some like world mystery.
Okay.
Like we as a country or maybe another country have like some sort of evidence of something.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to get to the truth.
Like aliens in the ocean type of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have me. But like there's a secret society that like that is keeping this said secret. So I am infiltrating the secret society.
Yeah.
To find the secret of the secret society.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
And I think you do a really good job at that.
Yeah. I think I would double agent it though.
Okay.
I think I would find out that the secret society is keeping the secret for a good reason.
Yeah.
And then I've got to keep it secret from the CIA.
Okay. So you're kind of playing both sides here.
I think I end up double agenting it.
Do you then report anything back to the CIA?
I'm going to have to, otherwise they're going to get suspicious.
So what are you going to tell them?
Something that the secret society and I we build together. I'm going to have to somebody's going down. Somebody has to go down.
You're like an undercover drug buster.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But for a secret society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For a double secret. I'd be a double secret.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Double secret agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I do too.
Have you been a part of something like that before?
No, but if anyone's interested in hiring me, I would love to find out about some secret society keeping something else secret.
Do you think there are aliens in the ocean?
In the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
Alien is just like a foreign body.
Well, you know, like they say that or there are some conspiracy theorists that believe that like outer space is actually like in the ocean.
In the Mariana Trench.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's like the deepest part of the ocean.
Do you think that?
So is the question, do I think that there's like intelligent life forms that like live, like mermaids or sirens?
Yes.
Honestly, probably not.
Yeah.
And I'm like a believer of like paranormal stuff, right? Like I think that my true thought is that you have to be naive to believe we are the only intelligent beings in the universe or in space in general.
Yeah.
Especially with our limitations to space travel.
Yeah.
Like it's so vast. Like it's insane to think that we're the only ones.
Yeah.
And I also believe that if other races, cultures, worlds exist that have intelligent life forms, that we are probably considered babies on like the totem pole.
Probably.
I really think like we're out here like surviving, you know, but like I think that we could just be taken out.
You
probably.
think so?
Oh,
like there's someone with like a huge weapon that could just like
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about like a huge weapon that could just like destroy a whole planet, but I believe that if an alien life form, race, whatever, from other planets were able to space travel to our planet, their technology is obviously going to be significantly better than our technology.
Yeah.
So I think that they could potentially like do us great harm.
I think I've thought about that too.
Yeah.
And that is so frightening.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of.
Like, if I think about that hard enough, I will go into like a psychosis because like that is so scary. Like when Katy Perry went to space, I'm like, what did you see? For real.
Did Katy Perry come back from space?
Or is it the fake Katy Perry?
Yeah.
The clone.
What
Katy
if they're
Perry?
like shapeshifters? I think it's insanity that people think that like shapeshifters don't exist or that they're fictionary because we have iguanas and lizards that change color. We have reptiles that change their gender based on necessity of like the whole like ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like it's insanity.
So you think that there are like reptilians that walk among us?
It doesn't even have to be reptilians. Like, do I think that it's possible that we have already been infiltrated by like a species who could potentially like shift into like or morph into like looking like us? Like, yeah, I think that's totally possible.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And that also freaks me out.
Oh no. I'm like, if this is you,
comment below.
Yeah.
We want to talk to you because what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, we're going to interview you.
Yeah. Dude, there are some people that like, I know AI is obviously very real and like can make things look super realistic. But sometimes if I'm like bored, I'll be on like the deepest depths of TikTok or something and I'll see a video, right? And it'll be like Kim Kardashian and it'll be like her face looks one way and then she like blinks and then it like her face turns a whole other way and then she blinks again and it goes back to normal. And it's like, look at, this is who she really is.
She's an alien.
Yeah. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Jimmy and I have the conversation a lot about people say that this is a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like, yeah, so what if it is?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think it is. I think it's real life. And I said, well, I guess that's like, truly, I guess that's all that matters.
But what do you think deja vu is?
I think I really believe that we have a sixth sense. Like people, yes, because we only use like so little of our brains. Yeah. I think that is a part of our brain telling us to be aware, telling us to be mindful. We are telling ourselves something when we have deja vu.
It seriously, like, because I've heard some people say like, oh, that's the simulation, like the timeline shift. It's like, oh, I've been here before.
Yeah. Some people say it's your prior life too. Yeah.
And like I'm seeing it again. And this is my mind is telling me like, okay, you've done this before. You're on the right path. Like but that if I think about that hard enough, it freaks me out too, because I'm like, how did it know? How did it know that I've seen this before? And this happens to me like fairly often.
You're just doing hair and you're like,
I've been here before.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is a simulation.
Like
you're like, you wanted red, you're getting yellow because this isn't real.
This isn't real. Yeah. You might think you want red, you don't. Because I see
it the future.
I see the future and it's yellow. So
you really want yellow.
But like, right, like I remember one particular time that really especially freaked me out is I was having deja vu meeting somebody. And I was like, oh my God, like I've met this person. And I remembered that wherever I had met this person before, I didn't like them.
But you didn't remember.
I didn't remember like why or what led me to believe that.
But you like met them and you were like, I don't like you.
I know you and I didn't like you in my dream I had or whatever it was that like I've seen you here before. And I like that freaks me out.
That's like a whole new level of hate.
Yeah. I didn't even like you in my dreams.
Yeah.
Before I even knew you, you know?
I knew you were going to be here today and I knew that I wouldn't like you. And you know what? I'm so right.
I knew you were a bitch and I was so correct. Like, that's so crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so our topic today is not space and aliens.
We could go on and on about this.
I know,
all
but
day.
apparently we're both very passionate about the realities that we live in. So at the time of this recording, I just came back from EDC. So we're going to talk about festivals today.
Yes.
Being women, staying safe. Being aware of your surroundings. It is festival season. Welcome to the summer.
Yep.
California summers suck, and that's when they like to throw a bunch of people together. And then you just got back from a little festival too.
Tequila Fest. If that they have at, if you're not from here and you're listening, we have a baseball stadium that sometimes we'll have concerts at. And we had general admission. We got the VIP tickets. So we were on the floor where it was hot and sweaty and everyone was like rubbing up against each other. And it was a bit rough.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. It's a whole vibe, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do to prepare for a festival or like being out and being hot? EDC is at night, but there are like 500,000 attendees.
Well, and Vegas is desert.
Yes, it is a desert. Let me also mention that Vegas desert does not always mean heat.
Right.
It means wind.
And dry.
Dry is the key word there.
Yeah.
So I definitely, here in California and in Nevada, so it doesn't really make a difference if the festival is here or it's in Nevada. I prep my skin to be, I like 100% prep my skin to be damaged.
Yes.
I do extra like moisturizers.
SPF.
SPF the Jesus. I take vitamin C every day.
Yeah. Which is smart too, because since you're so close to all these people that are germy, I get sick a lot
after festivals.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you've done some in San Bernardino before too, right?
Yes. So I wouldn't necessarily call, like, you're the festival rave girly. I'm I'm in a mosh pit at a rock show girly. I've done San Bernardino and like surrounding areas. And
like Warped Tour.
Yes. And then I'm going to Warped Tour again in July, and that's in Long Beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, very heavy on the taking vitamin C and really washing your hands and really being health conscious, because you're so in such close proximity to people that are breathing on you. Yeah. And like when they're yelling and singing and like spit is flying.
Yes.
I, knock on wood, haven't gotten sick in a while, but the last time I got the flu, I had gone to what's called an emo night, which is, they have a little venue here in Fresno where they play. It's a DJ / there is a band that like plays these songs, but it's like 90s alt for the most part. And everyone, it's a standing room only, and everyone is this close together. And I'm claustrophobic, so I don't know how I'm able to do these things, but I got so sick afterward, and I just knew it was from there.
So I think that for me, it is, yes, I 100% have to do vitamin C.
Yeah.
But being like really close and like in people's faces when I'm at a festival, I'm like a whole different person.
Yeah.
So when I'm at EDC, like plur is like a real thing. So in the rave community, it means peace, love, unity, and respect. And people will just walk up to me and be like, "Oh my God, Queen, I love your outfit." Yeah. Guys will just give me hugs.
That's
like
so cute.
I
do love that.
So, so there's like a little secret rave handshake, right? So do this. So this is peace, and then love, and then unity, and then so this is called candy in the rave community, and you do this. I'd give you that and you'd give me one. It's like a thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what if you're like a germ freak?
Then you don't go to EDC. But yeah, so that's like, it's like a little, so like if you are like, you're like at a stage and a girl is just like a vibe or a guy is a vibe, you just go like this and they do it back to you and then you hold hands and then you like swap bracelets.
Okay.
So we have like all kinds and these are called candy.
Yeah.
So we have like all kinds.
Did someone give that to you?
No, this one is mine. It's so funny because I actually took all my candy off and somehow this ended up either in my bag or somewhere. And I was at, my daughter just got approved for varsity cheer. She just made the varsity cheer team. And so I'm like parenting hardcore, right? I'm like in my little sweater and I've got my hood on because I look atrocious. It's the day after we came home from the festival and I have this on and then I like took a video and I like sent it to a friend. I'm all, when you've raved too hard and now you have to be a mom. And I'm like, I still have candy on my wrist. And then I just haven't taken it off.
It's cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
Yeah.
But so that's like the only place that I'm not really grossed out by people.
Yeah.
But, and like, we're obviously in a festival environment. Please bring deodorant.
Yes.
Please spray yourself. I feel like that's such a thing.
Brush your teeth. Please brush your
carry
teeth.
Gum. So we talked about on the last podcast how you stay awake for a night festival. So I use a boom boom stick. This is essential oils. You just like kind of snort it. It's not a drug. And it wakes you up. I also use this during the day because I wake up super early for work in the morning. But also, have you ever heard of NeuroGum?
No.
Okay, so it's gum that's supposed to help your memory.
Okay.
It's clinically tested, yada yada yada. Kind of expensive. You can only buy it online. It's very minty.
Yeah.
I highly recommend gum. Gum will help you like still have like it'll give you that little kick of energy you need, like whatever. But yeah, that's so festivals are like the only place where I'm like comfortable with other people's
nasty
stuff, around me in any kind of way. Like again, I am approachable. Please, if you ever see me on the street, say hi. Tell me where you know me from.
Right. Don't just say hi. She's not gonna know.
I will totally be like, hey, because I like don't know how to be like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a laugh, you can watch me pretend to know you.
Yeah.
You can totally be like, yeah, we know each other from blah blah, and I will 100% be like, oh my God. Now I will not say I remember you.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you, but it's finesse.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you?
Yes.
How is life?
Yes.
I will ask you questions that make you think I remember who you are.
Right.
I want you to feel special in this moment too.
Well, and
you know
maybe if you ask enough questions, it'll like kickstart your brain and you'll be like, okay, yeah, that's who this person
is. A lot
is.
of the time I'll be like, oh my God, how are you? And they'll be like, oh, remember my sister, you know, she got that job. And then I'm like, oh, that's where I know you from. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, but that is if I don't know you and you want to play a prank on me, that's
please
how to
go
do it.
say I'm all
say hi.
Someone do
and
it.
I will pretend to know you. Because I want you to feel special in this moment also. Like I feel so horrible when people have to explain, and then when I'm like, yes, I remember you. You don't believe me anymore?
Right. No.
She's lying.
No. Yeah. I have literally done this so many times. I'm like, oh my God.
How are you?
Yes. And then I feel so stupid because it's like if I'm like with Chris or something and I'm like, I need to introduce them. I'll be like, oh, this is my boyfriend, Chris. But I don't do it back.
This is why I'm so bad at introductions. Yeah. If I just don't introduce anybody, then it's like I suck at introductions.
Yeah,
and I think that is why because I don't do introductions, because if I don't remember your name, I feel I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
At your potential uncomfortableness of me not remembering your name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Trauma.
Like I'm literally traumatized.
I know, yes. So that's like the only time that I feel. But again, you're like you were saying, like people are like basically spitting in your mouth.
Literally. It's like a germ infestation. It is a germ infestation. Like it's bad.
Yes.
And there are people, I feel, at least like when I go to like rock shows or even Tequila Fest when we were in general admission, you know, you're arm to arm. You don't have a ton of room. There is though something called common courtesy that I think that some people lack, even in these environments where you don't have a ton of wiggle room. Like there will be people that will walk directly in front of you and just stay there and like really,
especially when they're so much taller than you.
Yes. And so I think it's really important to not piss people off in these environments, especially if you're a woman, because you do not know. Like there, for example, the reason that I had said that example is because when we were at Tequila Fest, there was this girl that had walked up to my sister-in-law and said, "Excuse me," and then stood directly in front of her. She's 5'2". Mm-hmm. And this girl just was Snapchatting the whole time, had her phone up like this. I cannot
stand that. Like, when people watch shows through their cell phone, it blows my mind. Now, I'm so awful with videos. Like, I don't get any, but that's because like I'm totally
You're in the moment. And I think that's great. Like, if I, so that night it was the Yin Yang Twins and Ludacris.
Yeah.
Two of my faves. And so when the Yin Yang Twins played Shake, I couldn't help myself. I'm all, for the first couple seconds, and then I put my phone down and I'm living it up.
Yeah.
This girl was Snapchatting the entirety of the concert.
Yeah.
To where my sister-in-law's like, can't see. And I was getting annoyed. So I politely was like, do you mind? Like, can you not? Can you please like put your arms down? Can you move over like to someone that's taller than her? Like if you need to Snapchat this, please move.
Yeah, stand in front of somebody that's tall or that's taller than you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Silks was like, Chris, my boyfriend, he's like, hey dude, like he was like kind of like holding me back a little bit. I'm like, I'm not going to fight her.
Yeah.
I'm just politely asking, like, please move. But he did remind me, like, you don't know who's around and who you're going to piss off.
Right.
And we live in a world now that's very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So this is when I need to get in front of or move around somebody like that. I highly recommend not at the drop. So when you are in a crowd like Ludacris or the Yin Yang Twins, people are dancing, right?
Yeah.
Dance through the crowd.
Yes.
Please dance through the crowd. Now, tapping and saying excuse me is fine. And that's like still polite. But when you're a vibe and people are vibing with you, like, and then be aware of your surroundings. So if you're going to walk up and dance, be mindful that I'm going to have my camera out. I need to find a place where I'm dancing in front of a taller gentleman, right? So if that girl does that in front of me and I find a part where I'm like dancing, I'm going to like dance with her and then I'm dancing around to the front of her. I 100% always do that. I won't even say 9 times out of 10, like 90 times out of 90, I don't have any issues.
Yeah.
I like don't have any issues. People are like, oh, she's vibing. Like it's not me, kind of thing. I got elbowed in the face at UDC. Now a rave crowd is totally different than a hip hop crowd, than a rock crowd.
Yeah. I've never been to a rave.
A rave crowd and a rock crowd are more similar than a rave crowd and a hip hop crowd.
Yeah.
Hip hop, everybody is so close together in a rave crowd. Even when we're all like in there, I still have space around me.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a headbanger. So, which is like crazy. Okay. But like, again, when I'm there, I'm like, I get to like be like me, 100% me. But so my thing is if you take like your cell phone and you put it up and it's like loud and it's very, very crowded. If you put like, excuse me on your cell phone, or I know I suck, or sorry, I'm coming through, something that kind of like makes somebody laugh. Yeah. And you like dance your way through the crowd, then people will usually make space for you. Yeah. But I got elbowed in the face, and in a rave crowd, usually people are like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they'll like hug you and stuff, whatever. In a hip hop crowd, I don't think anybody acknowledges.
No.
I was lit. Okay. And I tried not to be. I didn't like get in the guy's face or anything. He was so much taller than me. He did what I said. He danced his way literally right in front of me. Yep. And then he was one of those guys that like flailed his arms and like everything and went like crazy and like was not being mindful of the space around him.
Or his size.
And he did. He just got me right. I had the big glasses on. He got me right in the glasses, which shoved up against my nose, and it like immediately triggered me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I just need to breathe. I have a friend.
Mind you, she's sober. I'm
a sober raver. So my friend is like, a bunch of friends are like rolling around me, right? And they're like, yeah, this is so awesome. And I'm like, I need a minute. Like, just give me a minute.
Yeah.
So I just like put my elbow out and let him run into my elbow multiple times. And then he finally like turns around and I'm like,
Sorry,
dude. Like, I just need my space from you right now.
Yeah.
Like, I just need my space from you right now. And then he moved.
Yeah.
So the other thing I have noticed, if you are mad or don't want to be pushed around or whatever, just put your elbow out.
Yeah.
Just put your elbow out. They'll run into your elbow and then you'll just be like, sorry, I just need my space right now. And then usually they're like, but they will move because they ran into your elbow. You're not elbowing them.
Right. No,
you're
that was
like
on
literally,
them.
it's on them.
Yeah.
But I am very much like you. I would have been like, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then I would have walked in front of her just like she did for you.
Yeah.
And then like you said, your sister is like 5'2".
Yeah.
She's shorter than her.
Yeah. Like,
sorry.
hello. Like, let's just be mindful of our surroundings.
Yeah.
And being mindful of your surroundings also includes like, again, I know that, men go through a lot too, but as women, I think it's a little harder for us to know who we can trust and who we cannot.
Yeah.
And if there is a random man next to you, I have a tip. If he is making you uncomfortable, I have done this before. So this is speaking from experience.
Okay. It works.
Make the craziest sounds you can think of. Like a wild banshee. Like there was this one guy. There was one guy one time when I was at one of those emo nights that would not stop like grabbing my hips.
Oh, no.
Like he was.
I don't want people that close
like
to me.
I cannot. And like if I don't know you like that, do not touch me like on purpose. Like I understand you're going to bump into each other. But if I don't know, you do not get to grab my hips. Like that's also kind of like an intimate spot. Like I don't just let people grab my hips. Like that's odd to me. And finally I had enough. And like a wild banshee, I'm going like that, like making the crazy. and he moved.
I would have moved. Actually,
moved.
for anyone.
Yeah.
If anyone in the crowd at all, if the whole crowd is making you uncomfortable, scream like a banshee.
Like literally. Like I literally
like you're on peyote.
Yep.
And like you're calling to the moon.
Yeah. he literally goes, oh, what the fuck? And like
probably would have done that.
But it worked. And now I've known if a man or whoever is going to make me uncomfortable,
I just scream like a wild banshee and they run off.
Yeah. Like one of my friends one time, she got uncomfortable and she was going, like super obnoxiously. And I'm like, yes, a man, give the man the ick. Give him the ick and he will hopefully, he will walk away.
Yeah. Wow. That is fantastic. So I'm like a dance away girly.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll just be like, they're like, I can't say I haven't been to a rap show or concert in a very long time where I have felt comfortable in the crowd.
Yeah.
I just don't feel comfortable in that crowd for partially that reason. Like I know how to twerk and I like to move my butt and like the lower part of my body when I'm like dancing. And honestly, like that gives guys that have been drinking that are on the dance floor some kind of message
she
that it's
wants
okay.
Me.
Yes.
She wants me.
No, it is. First of all, you smell.
Yes.
Okay. I don't care how much you have sprayed yourself. It does not make a difference. Mm-hmm. You smell. I could never meet someone who was smelly the day I met them and be attracted to them.
No, you're right. And can we segue for a second?
100%.
What is
especially if it's talking about smell?
Dude. I need to address this. And this is not about Chris. This is not about anyone that we love personally. There is an epidemic where men are not brushing their teeth.
I don't know.
Have you not known about this?
No.
My clients tell me this often. I'm talking like more often than not. If I'm like, oh my God, like, how's your husband? How's your man? Good. I love him so much. But like, for some reason, he just like doesn't brush his teeth.
Oh, no. No.
I am so confused by this.
No. Absolutely not. That is not happening. Now, Jimmy will get lazy and like we won't be doing anything all day.
Yeah.
But like I will not kiss him because of me. I will not kiss him, like really talk to him, anything in the morning. I will get up at 5:30 in the morning on a Saturday
to brush,
if I'm awake.
And
I have to brush my teeth before I can open my mouth.
Before I eat my first meal, like if I'm going out to breakfast, I'm brushing my teeth before.
Now, let me also tell you, if you're like gross because everything tastes like mint and I want a mimosa in the morning, brush your teeth with baking powder or baking soda.
Yes.
Sorry, not baking. Don't brush your teeth with baking powder.
Not the powder part.
Not the powder.
No.
Brush your teeth with baking soda. It has no fragrance, no flavor at all.
But it's doing the job.
It gets all the sweaters off your teeth, okay? Because they be decorated in the morning. No,
there's like an epidemic.
That is literally divorce talk. Like, straight up. Smells are not.
Nope. I'm the same way as you. Like I'm very anal about my teeth. Like I wake up, I brush. If I feel like I've eaten something that's very potent, I brush. We have a couple toothbrushes at the salon for this reason. Like if I feel that like you know how sometimes if you've been talking too much, you kind of just feel like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I will brush my teeth
dry.
Midday.
Kind of like dry.
Yes. And I am
now
not. I know you're all. But like, I'm not kidding. So many women that I talk to on a daily basis are saying that their man just like doesn't brush his teeth.
Absolutely not. Literally, I bet you if my husband were sitting across, he would be like, no, she would divorce me.
Oh, yeah. No, he knows. He knows his place.
No, he's hygienic though.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's another thing is we had this conversation before about when you're with a significant other, how there's like the love bombing in the honeymoon phase and how you can learn how to teach each other to be more comfortable accepting compliments by continuing to compliment that person. And he is never shy to compliment me. And so that has made me obviously more comfortable complimenting him. I don't feel awkward.
Yeah.
And I think when you care about your appearance, I think when your significant other is making comments about what you wear, how you dress, what you look like, what you smell like, I think it makes you kind of crave those compliments.
Yeah.
So I think having someone tell you, because he'll wear something and I'll be like, I think it would look better with these jeans.
Yeah.
And he'll switch. And then I'll be like, oh, you look so cute today. Oh, I love that outfit. Oh, I love your hair looks good. Oh, I like the cut. You know, those kinds of things. And then people your significant other wants to.
And they want to hear that.
Yes.
Like,
yes. So
like if Jimmy went 5 days saying you're so beautiful, oh my God. And then day 6, he didn't say anything. You'd probably be like,
I need to get dressed today.
Hello?
Maybe I'm looking a little slumpy, you know? Yeah. So I think, ladies, if your man's having a hard time in the hygiene department, find a reason to get dolled up, get dressed, and then be like, oh, I really like this on you.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe we'll make a weekly thing of this or whatever. Or even when they get up and they look all rugged and they're ready to go to work, like, oh, you look cute. Like, oh, whatever, like to kind of boost their confidence.
Yeah.
So that way, if you're like, you give them a kiss and you're like, oh, don't forget to brush your teeth or whatever before you leave. It's not that you're like saying you have smelly breath or you have a bad mouth or whatever. You're like complimenting their appearance and like don't forget the last minute touches. Don't forget to spray yourself. Don't forget deodorant, whatever.
Yeah. I think that that's very fair to do. And I would hope that if I was leaving the house and I like smelled or something, that Chris would be like, hey dude,
I agree.
I love you, but can you spray some perfume or, like put some deodorant on? Like I would want to hear that myself.
100%. My daughters I'll like be close to them and they'll be like, your breath smells. And I'm like, seriously? And then like, I'll go brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Now I do brush with baking soda a lot.
Yeah.
And I rinse with peroxide.
Yeah, I do too.
The mouth kind.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not telling everybody to go rinse with peroxide. There are levels of peroxide you should not be rinsing your teeth with. It does break down the enamel, but you can buy the mouth kind that's specifically for your mouth.
Yes.
But it doesn't have a flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have like bad breath, I will brush my tongue with like, I'll actually use toothpaste. And then I know that I need to use regular mouthwash because those two things, although they get your mouth very clean, disinfect your mouth, those kinds of things, they are not fresh.
They don't have like a
friendly.
smell.
Yeah. They're not fresh breath friendly.
But I'm glad you brought up brushing your tongue because everyone needs to do that.
So like literally, if you do not gag, you should brush your tongue till you can feel the back of your throat, or you should brush your tongue till you gag.
Yep.
And if you are like finding that you can only go like halfway back, like brushing your tongue, take your toothpaste off and brush your tongue with water at first until you get used to it, and then start to go further back and then add toothpaste later.
Yeah.
Because inhaling that mint flavor will make you gag before you actually are like feeling that you need to gag.
Yeah.
And if you are not gagging, you're not brushing your teeth far back enough. Unless you don't have a gag reflex, then
period. then good for you, girl.
What do you do to keep your possessions safe at a festival?
So I'm glad you said this because I in the past have not been a purse girl. I don't like carrying bags. I feel like they're in my way.
Yeah.
And Silks' wallet is not big enough to fit all my stuff in.
Yeah.
So recently, I can't remember where we were, but I had my ID and my card like in my back pocket. Well, I think I had put my phone back there too. And when I took it out, the ID and card also fell out with it. So I was like, oh God. And I found them like,
good.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
Like, and it, which
that's
like
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a crowd of people, that's not normal.
No. No.
And so now I do carry, I have one of those clear backpacks.
Okay.
I have found that I do like a backpack in these situations. So I'm not feeling just like something on my side, like a satchel.
Yeah.
So I'll get like a clear backpack and put everything in there.
Okay.
But you do have to be careful too, because that's people behind you that have very, so you do need to be careful with that. Mm-hmm.
So, you can get a case for your cell phone that has like a wallet feature.
I've been wanting to do that.
I have that strap that goes across, which I broke at EDC. So I have to buy a new one. Hence the reason there's no case on my phone.
Yeah.
But have you ever heard of a clutch loop?
Yes.
Okay. So I would highly recommend a clutch loop with that, like with that type of case that you can put cards in. Because your clutch loop will go on your pants. It can go on, like, if you're wearing, like, overalls or if you're wearing a tank top, anywhere that it can attach.
Yeah.
And then it's essentially like a string that pulls out so you can pull your phone up here, but it's still attached to you. And then you can, like, let it go.
Yeah.
But it's, like, strong. So it doesn't, so, like, once you let go of your phone, it doesn't just, like, your phone falls to the ground. You have to actually, like, yank on it and it goes click, 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 click. But so those are a lifesaver if you're a minimalist.
Yeah.
Minimalist, clutch loop, 100% recommend.
Okay.
10 out of 10. It's great for festivals. That's what I'll usually use, like a strap or something to that effect. Obviously, when you're doing festivals, usually you have like a hydro pack or something to carry water. So like your rave pack or whatever, and you can put your phone in there. But but we try to carry literally nothing. Yeah. At EDC, we rent a locker. And
are they hard to find? Like whose locker goes where?
We have a number. They're all numbered.
Oh, okay.
So we get a number and they give you a padlock. We rent them in advance because I'm glad that we do because they were sold out this year. It's $100 for the 3 days. And it's again, I mentioned it's a desert. So I take a sweater and sweatpants and I roll them up as tight as I can. I put them in the back of the locker, for the whole festival for all weekend.
Yeah.
And so that's just where I keep like all my festie gear, like during the whole like event or whatever. And if I want to trade out to like my purse, like the purse one, the strap one that I have, or my clutch loop, I can do that there. So that's always good. If you have a festival and they offer lockers, like Warped Tour, I think offers lockers too. If it's a 3-day festival, I highly recommend lockers because you can leave your belongings in the locker, assuming that you rented it for all 3 days for the whole time during the festival. Yeah. And that's like the best way to keep your possessions safe because I'm telling you, people buy tickets to festivals with the intent to steal other people's belongings.
Which is so weird.
It's wild. It's wild.
Like you're spending thousands of dollars to be here.
But think of how, if you have like an iPhone 15 how much they can hawk that for like $500. They still and nobody really carries a phone that's like over 2 years old.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Even my phone at 2 years old right now could still be traded in for like at least $500 because it's working. There's no major cracks or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that is like kind of in their sense, they're like, oh yeah, I'm buying this ticket, but they're also like scalpers, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna go like try to snatch people's like devices to essentially like pay themselves back. Crazy.
Get a life.
Yeah, it's insane.
Respectfully, like people, what is the point?
People are crap. Yeah. And for losing people or like not losing people, I highly recommend a totem.
Yeah.
So it's like a necklace. It looks like a diamond on it and it points you in the direction of your friends. So if you
that's fascinating.
Love Coachella, you have ever been to EDC, if you do what was the one that we just mentioned? Warped Tour. What's another big festival that they do here in California? Stagecoach. Yeah. So and a lot of festivals in LA. Beyond Wonderland is in LA. Lost in Dreams is in LA. Like there's lots and lots of festivals in the LA area. It's called Totem. You can Google it. And again, it's just like a necklace you wear. It looks like a diamond. You can pair it with up to 4 people. Everybody has their own color and it goes up to 1,000 meters in distance. And yeah, it just points you in the direction of your friends. So
that's awesome.
It's super awesome for really, really big events. Even if you're like taking your kids or your friends are going on a Disneyland trip or Universal, like those are great things to have.
No, that's a great invention.
Yes. Amazing. And I think they're like $60-$70 a piece. And then the more you buy, the cheaper they are.
Yeah.
But to have the freedom to come and go from your friends, dude. It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
Like your friend has to go to the bathroom in a festival like EDC. If your friend has to go to the bathroom, you're going with them.
Right.
Or they're lost.
Yeah.
There's no cell service. Did you guys have cell service at Tequila Fest?
No.
Yeah. And that's crazy because that festival isn't even that's
not even
big.
that big. But because
it's not that big.
But it's like when you go to a concert at like the Save Mart Center, which it's like big-ish, but it's like compared to EDC, it's not.
Right.
There is no way you're texting or calling anybody during that.
No.
Like,
yeah. So
So that's a great invention.
Yeah. So totally right. Highly, highly, highly recommend the Totem. Yeah, that's basically, I mean, EDC was dope. The tickets are on sale now. For those of you that want to rave. For those of you that want to rave, buy your EDC tickets, message me, and then we will meet under the electric sky.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's very romantic.
I know. It's so nice. It's very hot.
It's very hot.
Yeah. It's
even
like
at night.
Oh, so weather-wise, it was so windy. You guys had like a windstorm here on Saturday. We got it in Nevada also. They ended up shutting down 2 of the stages, which I didn't see before.
Bummer.
It wasn't for like a super long time.
Yeah.
But everything is so big. They did it for safety reasons. And it was very, very, very cold.
Yeah.
I think the low for Saturday was 61 and the wind was 25 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that was at one time.
Yeah, I can't.
That was at one time.
I cannot handle that.
Yeah. That's really all that I have. Do you have anything else?
No, I think that we kind of covered it.
All right. We had kind
safe.
of more of a serious conversation. Yeah.
But these conversations need to happen,
yes.
I think. They're very
Be aware
important.
of your surroundings. Use the back bathrooms. If you have porta potties, do not use the first one you come to. Use the back porta potty.
Yes.
Be around because you're going to come out. You're going to go to that first little water station if they have them. And then everybody is in your line of sight.
Yeah.
And
take your buddy with you.
Yeah. And less people use the back bathrooms are always cleaner.
They are.
You're
absolutely right.
People run to the bathroom and they're going to look and see the first green one. Always go straight to the back.
Yep.
Unless it's not lit up well.
Yeah.
Then avoid the back.
Yep. Right. Yeah. Then don't do that. Even if you have a buddy, don't do that.
Yeah. I should read this so I don't mess it up again.
I think we should cheers one more time.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to festival season.
Yeah.
Get yourself a festival ticket. I don't care where you go. Get yourself a festival ticket.
Have a lot of fun. They're so much fun.
Have a festie bestie.
Have a festie bestie.
Have a festie bestie.
Not to be confused with a testy bestie.
Also true. Hi, I'm Colleen.
And we're Jess and Peggy.
And if you're still here, we really, really appreciate you watching us. And if we made you laugh, cry, or if you could relate to any of these stories, please give this a like, share, follow, tell your friends. It's free and it's a great way to support us. And we totally appreciate you. Until the next episode.
Love, 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 love,
Bye.
love, love.